views expressed by the host on this program documented to be almost always right 99.7% of the time. It's the EIB network, where we never apologize for being right. Which means we seldom apologize. Great to have you here, folks. Il Rushbo at the Limbaugh Institute for Advanced Conservative Studies. Telephone number 800-282-2882. The email address ilrushbo at eibnet.com. The Chicago teachers strike. CNN reporter says the last thing anybody wants is 400,000 Chicago kids on the streets. Yeah, can't have the kids on it. Gangbangers, fine. Kids on this, no way. We need to get them back in school. I'm very suspicious of this, as I said in the first hour. Of course this can't be established and can't be proven. But is this not a golden opportunity for Obama? What are we dealing with here? We're dealing with teachers' unions. We're dealing with avowed Democrat fundraisers, donors, bundlers, voters for Obama. And they're on strike. They earn more than any teachers anywhere in the country. Their salaries are higher than any teachers. They rejected a 16% wage increase. The argument is over health care and pensions. How in the hell can that happen? How in hell can you have a bunch of Democrats going on strike over health care after a Democrat president has given them Obamacare? Would somebody explain all of these incongruities to me? A Democrat mayor, Rahm Emanuel, Democrat union, Democrat fundraisers, donors, bundlers, voters, teachers. You have Obama, Democrat, loves the unions, does everything in the world for them. Shuts down the oil industry for them, whatever they need. Buys General Motors and Chrysler and gives them the company's majority stake. And yet, here they are walking out on strike in Chicago, the teachers. Now, something's up here. To me, it's made to order. Have this thing go on a couple days. Make sure it gets plenty of news coverage. Have Rahm go out there and sound really, really tough on him. He's the mayor. Nobody's going to beat him. He can do whatever he wants to do in Chicago. He's never going to be vulnerable at election time, so he can take whatever position he wants. He can even threaten to fire him, a la Petco, if it's legal. I don't know if it's legal. Somebody to take a poll of the unemployed in Chicago, ask them what to do with the teachers. If Kyle Smith is right, they'll say pay him. People feel sorry for Obama, feel sorry for... Apparently, according to the media, some conservative blogs, none of this is ever Obama's fault. None of it's ever the fault of the Democrat Party. There ought to be a poll of some small business people in Illinois, Chicago. See who they support for president. Poll the unemployed Chicago. See who they support for president. Somebody ought to go out and poll homeowners who are underwater. See who they support for president. Instead of these usual polling samples that we get that show Obama at 50% and climbing. It's this absolute crock. But our media people are falling for it, folks. You go to the wrong places in our media, it's over. Election's over. It's done. The bounce, we didn't get a bounce out of our convention was horrible. Our convention bad in comparison anyway. But oh man, that Democrat convention was a disaster. And they're trying to tell us that it had a real bounce and a bounce of substance, a bounce that's going to last. Chicago teachers make, on average, $76,000. That means there's some make more than that. That's for 9 months' work. God knows how many other days off. Does not include their benefits. Here's the graduation rate. Barely half of Chicago's high school students earn a diploma in the unionized schools. Over 90% of those studying in non-union charter schools do graduate. And you can bet those non-union teachers are paid a good deal less. Stop and think of that. Barely half of the students, the high school students being taught by the teachers on strike, earn a diploma. But, folks, it's not all lost today. The schools are open. Did you know that? For breakfast and lunch for the students. The teachers aren't there. But what difference does that make when barely half of the students graduate with a diploma that they can read? And they're on strike. Is this not made to order for Obama to come in and not solve it as president? No. I mean, but go in and bring the two sides together and make them see eye to eye for the good of the country. Maybe Obama could even go in and say, I think at this time when so many of your fellow citizens are out of work and when so many people's homes are underwater, so many small businesses are having trouble, when everybody's got to contribute, everybody has to pitch in, everybody has to sacrifice, I think you teachers may want to look at this a little bit different way. This school teacher strike, in some ways, may be like the environmentalist wackos. The environmentalist wackos sue the EPA, and the EPA settles with them. It's an inside-outside game. The EPA claims it had no choice but to settle on certain terms. Here the teachers strike. Rahm Emanuel eventually says he had to give them much of what they wanted or the kids would still be out of school. And that's what's going to happen. And Obama, I'm not predicting it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Obama inserts himself in the mix here somehow to bring reason and compassion to the not to the point that Rahm is hurt. No, it'll not happen in a way that makes Rahm look incompetent. No. They will do it working together. A fundraising email from Michelle Obama. Dear Biff, I know your life is full, work, school, family, and yet you still find the time to help out when you can. You may have a tight budget, but you give what you can afford. A woman recently told us here at the campaign that her family skipped a pizza dinner at their favorite place so that they could make a difference in this election. That is the commitment that drives this campaign. If you can support Barack with a donation today, please know it makes a huge difference. If we win, it'll be because of what you did at moments like this. Thanks, Michelle. P.S. It meant a lot to me to speak with you and everyone else at the convention. Thank you for everything you do. So, Michelle Obama sent out a fundraising letter saying, you know what? A family that really cares, unlike you. A family that really, really cared. Skipped a pizza dinner at their favorite place so that they could make a difference in this election. Of course, everybody knows that means rather than eat dinner that night, they sent that money to the campaign. And here's Michelle Obama asking you to do the same. This woman will do anything to make people give up pizza. Okay.